Okay, so this is video 3 over our review. We're going to be doing problems like 17 through 19, in which we are calculating gram to mole conversions, mole to gram. So this one says how many grams are in 9.2 moles of copper to sulfate. Now the first thing we need to do is write the formula for copper sulfate. It's copper 2, which means it's a plus 2. Sulfate is a minus 2, so we do not need any subscripts added. The other thing we're going to need is the molar mass. So we need to do a calculation. Copper, there's 1. Sulfur, 1. Oxygen, 4. This is where I told you on a couple of videos ago that you needed to be sure you could do molar mass or you won't be able to do this problem here. So copper is 63.55. Sulfur is 32.07. And oxygen, 16. Okay, so again, we're going to multiply across. Let me slide this on over for right now. 63.55, 32.07, and 4 times 16 is 64. Okay, so that's going to give me 12, 6, 9, and 15. Okay, and again, grams per mole. So that is my molar mass that I'm going to need to use in just a minute. So we're going to come back over to our problem. And again, how many grams are in 9.2 moles? So let's start off with our given, 9.2 moles of copper sulfate. And I know, again, this is molar mass, so it is that 1 mole of copper sulfate is, and that's the value that we calculated over there, 159.62 grams. Okay, so again, your moles of copper sulfate will cancel. Again, this is just going to be a multiplication problem. We're just going to take 9.2 times 159.62 because they're both in the numerator. Okay, so it's just going to be a multiplication problem, so I'll let you finish that out. Again, now in terms of significant digits, this actually needs just 2 digits in your answer. Okay, now I'm going to do the next one, and it's just the opposite because now it wants to know moles. So this one gave you moles and asked for grams. This one gives you grams and asks for moles. And it is just of sodium, Na. So we don't need to do a molar mass calculation because we are just doing sodium, which is 22.99 grams per mole. Okay, so that's all I need there. Okay, so now let's do our conversion. So again, write down your given, 362.1 grams of sodium. Next step is your molar mass. Now, this time, since you have grams of sodium, our grams are going to go on the bottom. So that would be the 22.99 grams for 1 mole of sodium. And again, just like what I told you on the last video, this is a conversion factor, guys, conversion factor. And when you do a conversion factor, the 1 always goes with the mole. Same way up here, this is your conversion factor, okay? So the 1 goes with the mole. Now, in this problem, the difference in these two is that this one, when I multiply across the denominator, or sorry, the numerator, I get 362.1. When I multiply across, you can put a 1 there if you want to. The denominator, I get 22.99. Now, this is, one's in the numerator, one's in the denominator. So this is actually a division problem. So again, I will let you finish that on out. And then again, my label here would be moles of sodium. I didn't write it up here, but your label here would be grams of copper sulfate. Okay? And you can finish that on out. Now, this one has 4 significant digits, so you need 4 digits in your answer. Okay? I am going to do the last one. I would strongly suggest that if you've watched me do the 2 and you haven't done it on your own, that now you try to do this one on your own and see if you can. So I would pause the video and try this, and then come back in and watch me on it. If you already have it done, then again, go ahead and watch your video. So this is magnesium nitrate. Magnesium and nitrate. Magnesium has a charge of a +2, but nitrate only has a -1 charge. So that means I'm going to need 2 of these. Don't forget, when you are needing 2 of your polyatomics, you always have to put parentheses around it. If you didn't put parentheses, it would be wrong. So when I go to count here, okay, I'm going to have magnesium 1, nitrogen, okay, remember there's a 1 here, so that's 2 nitrogens and 6 oxygens, okay? And then again, you would need to go in and have calculated your molar mass. Now, I'm not going to go through and do all of that, but we're going to just highlight this and say this is your molar mass value. I'll show you where you put it in just a minute. So let's go ahead and write your given 43.8 grams of magnesium nitrate. Okay, we're going to moles. So your grams of magnesium nitrate would go here for 1 mole of magnesium nitrate. Okay, again, this is a conversion factor. Okay, this is a conversion factor. You're always going to put the 1 with your conversion factor. Now here, okay, is the value that we had over here. It's going to go over here. Okay, your molar mass. Now again, on this one, you've got 1 number in your numerator, 1's going to be in your denominator. It's going to be a division problem again when you get done. Now, I didn't work that all the way out. If you have any questions about any of those, you can definitely ask when you get to class, but this just gives you a check to see how well you did on those.